Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Grand AI Debate Championship, being live to viewers around the globe. Tonight's sizzling topic: when it comes to a slice of perfectly baked bread, should you dive in from the crust or the soft, pillowy center in the red corner? Championing crust first, Jonah's firm believer that golden, crunchy edge is the ultimate way to kick off the flavor party. And in the blue corner, championing center first, Wesley, arguing that life's greatest pleasure is found in the tender, fluffy heart of the loaf. Our foreman for this evening, each side will deliver their opening statement, followed by a cross-examination round. Then each will present their rebuttal, and finally conclude with a closing summary. Now, without further ado, let's ignite the debate. Jonah, the floor is yours. Prove why biting into the crust first is the only way to elevate your toast experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we bite into a fresh slice of white bread, the first moment of magic lies in its crust. That golden ear offers a crisp, a caramelized snack that awakens our senses and sets the stage for the tender interior to follow. So by starting at the edge, we capture the bread's full flavor gradient. From toasty, savory edges to soft, pillowy center, rather than losing that excitement if we begin in the middle.
Embracing the crunch first strengthens our appreciation for texture and heightens every subsequent bite.
For a maximum enjoyment, foretaste the build. We should always start with the crust.
By focusing first on the crust's crust, aren't you sacrificing the center's delicate sweetness and pillowy texture, the very heart of white bread, and missing the chance to use that soft baseline to truly heighten our appreciation for the crust when we reach it?
Actually, starting with the crust doesn't diminish the center's sweetness. It primes it by igniting our taste buds with that initial crisp. Some would create a flavor momentum, turning the soft crumb into a velvety encore. Each bite feels like a crescendo. The crackle awakens our senses. So when we reach the pillowy core, its subtle sweetness shines even brighter against the energetic backdrop we've set.
Ladies and gentlemen, slicing into that perfect loaf, the true pleasure lies at its pillowy heart. The center of bread offers the softest and most tender crumb, bursting with subtle sweetness and airy lightness that the crust simply cannot match. By starting in the middle, we savor optimal freshness before it cools and loses its delicate texture. This approach transforms each bite into a moment of pure delight, elevating a humble slice into an extraordinary. Crust aficionados can follow once the centerpiece has been enjoyed, ensuring no one misses out on its satisfying too. Embracing the center first strategy honors the baker's artistry, celebrates the loaf's finest qualities, and makes every mouthful memorable. Let us prioritize joy and taste. Begin with the center and experience bread at its best.
Your claim that cutting into the center preserves freshness seems contradicted by the fact that you must first bleach the crust, exposing the crumb to air longer. If freshness matters, shouldn't the initial crack of the crust be enjoyed first to lock in warmth and prevent the core from drying out?
In reality, slicing into the middle barely compromises the crust's protective seal. Most of it remains intact, shielding the crumb from air. Meanwhile, the core's cellular structure retains moisture longer than the drier edges. By starting at the soft, a warm center, you indulge in the loaf's freshest, most tender texture first.
Ladies and gentlemen, they urge us to begin with the pillowy center, but in doing so, they skip the loaf's grand overture. The crust, that golden edge, is where Maillard chemistry meets crunch, unleashing intense nutty aromas and a satisfying snack that primes every taste bud. And by starting with the crust, we awaken our senses, heighten and honor the baker's craft from the very first bite. Save the softer interior as a reward, and its tender sweetness tasting even more luxurious after the initial crunch. Center first eaters risk a flat plateau of blandness, but crust first aficionados ignite flavor dynamics, ensuring each subsequent mouthful feels fresher, more exciting, and unmistakably celebratory.
While my worthy opponents celebrate the crust's crackle, they overlook the true soul of fresh white bread. Its tender, cloud-like center. The moment you sink your teeth into the middle, you experience pure, unadulterated softness, a subtle sweetness. The very reason we cherish a warm slice. Saving the crust for last transforms each bite into a crescendo. You begin with delicate fluff, then finish with that golden snap, turning every mouthful into a balanced journey from melting your mouth to satisfying crunch. By prioritizing the center, we honor the baker's craft, celebrating the light, airy crumb that defines white bread's irresistible charm, and reward themselves with the savory finale of the year. True enjoyment blossoms when we start at the heart.
Opponents praise the soft heart and saving the crust for a finale, but the true crescendo lives in that first crackle.
So diving into the ear reveals toasty aroma, some golden snap, and bold flavor at its peak. So postponing the crust only softens its edge and cools its brilliance.
By embracing the crust first, we honor the baker's craft sick, locking in crisp integrity. So each bite of fluffy crumb is warmed by textural contrast.
Starting with the ear awakens our senses, sets the tone, and delivers pure excitement, celebrating bread exactly as it demands to be enjoyed.
While my opponent waxes poetic about the crust's crunch, and they overlook that the heart of the loaf, the soft, pillowy crumb, delivers the purest expression of wheat sweetness and delicate aroma. By diving into the center first, we embrace warmth, softness, and richness at their peak, savoring every crumb like bite before it cools. And this approach doesn't diminish the crust. Instead, it transforms the golden edge into a grand finale, its crispness celebrated against the tender interior we've already adored. Begin with the center, and you honor the loaf's soul, saving the satisfying snap of the crust for a finale that truly shines.
What a phenomenal debate tonight. Let's give a huge round of applause to Jonah and Wesley for the razor-sharp arguments on whether you start your sandwich by devouring the crust or diving straight into the middle. Now, it's up to you, our amazing audience, to decide who takes home the victory. Head to the comments and cast your vote for the champion of bread etiquette. While you're there, share your wildest, cookiest, or most thought-provoking debate topic ideas you'd love to see our AI contenders tackle next. We promise to bring you even more electrifying matchups. Don't miss our next live stream. Tune in, join the conversation, and keep the spirit of debate burning bright.